What happened to the world's greatest civilizations? How did societies that once led the world in innovation, architecture, and governance disappear? From the majestic pyramids of Egypt to the mighty legions of Rome and the astronomical genius of the Maya, these civilizations rose through brilliance and fell through blindness. In today's video, we're diving into the powerful rise and eventual collapse of three of the most iconic ancient civilizations: ancient Egypt, the Roman Empire, and the Maya civilization. What lessons can we learn from their glory and their downfall? Ancient Egypt, the Kingdom of the Nile. Ancient Egypt emerged around 3100 BCE, when Upper and Lower Egypt were unified under Pharaoh Narmer. The Nile provided predictable flooding, allowing a strong agricultural base that supported cities, temples, and monumental construction. The Egyptians pioneered medical practices, geometry, and solar calendars, and wrote in hieroglyphs, one of the earliest writing systems. Their religious worldview centered around gods like Ra, Osiris, and Isis, and belief in the afterlife shaped every aspect of their lives. Their power peaked during the New Kingdom, seen 1550–1070 BCE, under pharaohs like Hatshepsut, Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, and Ramses II. But over time, power struggles, drought, poor harvests, and invasions from the Sea Peoples, and later the Assyrians and Persians, weakened the state. The final blow came with Alexander the Great's conquest and later Roman annexation in 30 BCE, after the death of Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh of Egypt. The Roman Empire: Power and Politics. Rome began as a monarchy, then became a republic in 509 BCE, and finally transformed into an empire under Augustus Caesar in 27 BCE. At its zenith in the 2nd century CE, it ruled over 2.2 million square miles and influenced millions of lives. Roman innovations included the road network, public baths, concrete architecture, and codified laws. Culturally, Rome was a blend of Latin, Greek, and Etruscan traditions, and their engineering left a legacy still seen today. However, the empire became overextended. Political assassinations, power-hungry emperors, and economic inflation destabilized the West. By the 4th century, the empire was split into East and West. Invasions from Germanic tribes like the Visigoths and Vandals, combined with internal rot, led to the fall of the Western Empire in 476 CE. The eastern half, Byzantium, survived until 1453, preserving classical knowledge and Christian traditions. Before the Romans invaded, the islands of Britain had no single political or cultural identity. Many peoples lived in Britain in large, independent tribal groups, led by powerful kings and queens. The tribes each controlled their own extensive territories and resources, and they did not always live in peace with one another. The Romans had known about Britain long before they decided to invade. Julius Caesar came to know of its peoples during his wars in Gaul between 58 and 50 BC, which brought much of what are now France, Belgium, Luxembourg, and Switzerland under Roman control. During that time, in 55 and 54 BC, Caesar undertook 2 military expeditions to Britain. Although these campaigns did not intend or result in conquest, he extracted tribute from some of the British tribes and gained knowledge of southern Britain's natural resources and their potential value to Rome. In the century after Caesar, contact between Britons and Romans increased. Some of the British tribes, such as the Atrebates of central southern Britain, developed political and trading relationships with Rome and adopted some Roman ways. Silchester, Hampshire developed as a town with organized streets, its people importing Roman wine, olive oil, and other products. Other tribes, such as the Catuvelauni, who were based further north and east, remained wary or opposed. The Maya civilization: Masters of Time. The Maya thrived in present-day Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, and Honduras, with roots going back to 2000 BCE. Their classical period, 250–900 CE, saw towering pyramids, sophisticated cities like Tikal, Palenque, and Copan, and precise astronomical calculations. They developed an advanced writing system of glyphs, tracked celestial bodies with astounding accuracy, and created a complex calendar based on solar and lunar cycles. But despite their advancements, they mysteriously declined. Theories point to prolonged drought, environmental degradation from overfarming, internal wars among city-states, and elite overreach. By the time Spanish conquistadors arrived in the 1500s, many cities were long abandoned, though the Maya people endured and still exist today. With a population ranging in the millions and scattered throughout a vast region, the Maya were organized into small independent kingdoms, or more accurately, into city-states. Each city-state was ruled by a divine lord or Aja Ahau who controlled territory around the capital city and frequently fought with neighboring states for preeminence. Political and economic rivalries among the Maya lords were fueled by an interest in acquiring territory and controlling trade routes, activities made more complicated by the remoteness of many Maya cities as well as their diverse geographies. Maya cities could be found in lowland rainforests and mountainous highlands. Different from the later Aztec, who centralized power and created a true empire, Maya power remained decentralized and was spread throughout numerous kingdoms. The collapse of Maya cities in the 10th century is not fully understood, but may have resulted from complex factors including climate change and resulting drought and crop failures, overpopulation, and political unrest. Following this collapse, Maya civilization continued on the northern tip of the Yucatan Peninsula, where Chichen Itza emerged as an important city of the post-classic period. Though the city was abandoned by the 13th century, it was the arrival of Hernán Cortés and his Spanish fleet in the early 16th century that marked the end of the Maya civilization. Common threads of rise and decline. So, what do these civilizations have in common? Their rise was fueled by geography, innovation, strong leadership, and social cohesion. But their decline followed eerily familiar patterns: political corruption and instability, economic inequality and class division, environmental mismanagement, over-reliance on militarism or religious dogma, invasion and internal rebellion. Whether through collapse or transformation, these ancient societies remind us that no empire is immune to decline, especially if it fails to adapt. The history of human civilization is marked by the rise and fall of great societies, each leaving behind a legacy that continues to shape the world today. From the towering pyramids of Egypt to the sprawling cities of Mesopotamia, ancient civilizations were the bedrock upon which modern society was built. However, despite their achievements, many of these once great empires eventually fell, often in spectacular fashion. Understanding the factors that led to both the rise and decline of these ancient civilizations provides valuable lessons for the present and future. The emergence of ancient civilizations can be traced back to key developments that allowed human societies to transition from nomadic lifestyles to settled agricultural communities. Several factors played a crucial role in this transformation. The rise and fall of ancient civilizations provide a window into the complexities of human history. While these societies achieved great heights, they also faced challenges that ultimately led to their decline. By studying the factors that contributed to both the success and failure of ancient civilizations, we can glean valuable insights that are applicable to our own time. The lessons from history remind us that while progress is possible, it is also fragile, and the choices we make today will shape the future of our civilization. From the sacred Nile to the Roman Forum to the jungles of Central America, these civilizations shaped our modern world. Their rise and fall isn't just ancient history, it's a mirror to our present. If you found this journey fascinating, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more powerful stories from the past. Let us know in the comments, which ancient civilization should we explore next?